Good morning, Jaipur, and good morning, JPIS. I am so happy and so privileged to be here with you guys today. Um, well, they told me sing as if no one's listening and dance as if no one's watching. So I went ahead and did the kabutar step. Which kabutar dances like that? But it went on to be a huge success, and मैंने प्यार किया across the globe as an internationally known film star. The film was, of course, dubbed in 9 different languages, including English. It was called When Love Calls. And in Spanish, it was called Te Amo. And my popularity had reached a zenith. But I chose my family, got married, and to my two beautiful children, I kind of gave acting a backseat. It wasn't as if I didn't enjoy acting, but my personal attachments didn't allow me to go full steam. And I was okay with it. Little did I know that life would have a completely different plan for me to unlock, unbox, and unleash a different kind of talent to the world. Unbox is when you self-discover a different kind of potential, a talent which lies latent within you, sometimes due to your own fears, others' oppression, uh, your own simple ignorance, or maybe perception of what you're supposed to do or not supposed to do. But when you learn to unbox that kind of talent, then you learn to explore it, to nurture it, to cultivate it. Creativity, of course, has to be properly challenged and channelized for it to better itself day by day. So I would look at myself in the mirror and ask myself, am I really interesting? Would I like to know me as a person? And I had an answer, no. No, I wasn't that interesting. I wouldn't want to be my friend. I wouldn't want to know more about me. So what did I do? Short-term goals that allow you to reach your bigger goal in life. So I went down that path. And then came the unleash moment. What would the world be without a eureka moment? And that's what happened to me. So today I am going to tell you about my journey from being an actress to a nutritionist. Well, I wasn't one of those confident women that you see around who manage their home and their careers with great aplomb and still look as if they walked out of a Vogue cover shoot. I wasn't like that, believe me. I was one of those regular women who manage their houses, working women, who go around their day fueled by sheer willpower. So it would be very difficult for me to manage my shoot and then come home to a whole lot of household duties that I had to manage. And sometimes a tiff with a loved one would make me not learn my scenes that well or perform that well on the sets. So I really didn't know what to do, and I was constantly balancing between these two. And that's when it happened. I realized somewhere down the line that my battery was running really low and the fuel was almost empty. And that's when it happened in the middle of the night. It was somewhere around 2 a.m. where I woke up in a silent scream and had tears running down my face. And it took me 5 minutes, 5 seconds actually, to understand that it wasn't a dream at all. And my right hand was lying limp by my side. I couldn't move it. I couldn't move it at all. I felt as if the blade of a 12-inch sword was inside my shoulder, being swiveled slowly, steadily, deeper and deeper. The pain was excruciating. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what happened because I was fast asleep when it happened. My husband was traveling, there was no one by my side, and I did what the best one could do, pop into combi flans, massage my body with a pain-relieving balm and say, it's all right. And I huddled under those 3 blankets. And another hour went by, and I had 2 more combi flans, and another, till it was 6 in the morning when I finally called up my husband in frantic calls and said, I want you back. I don't know what's happening. So by the time he got the next flight back home, it was 6 o'clock in the evening when he drove me to Lilavati Hospital, and Dr. Sanjay Garude had one look at me and said, I don't know how this woman is standing with a straight face at all. This seems to be like a case of acute calcification. This pain is comparable to delivery pains and a heart attack together, multiplied twice over. And I said, finally someone has understood what I am going through, because I couldn't express the kind of pain that I was feeling at that point of time. The next 3 days went in a series of CT scans, X-rays, doctor's appointments, shockwave therapy, and even needling. Needling is a place where they put in a thick needle inside your shoulder and try to break the calcification. It didn't help. So they said that the needle would break inside. The calcification had gotten so hard that it had attached itself to my bone. And it was rock hard, a piece of 2 inches between my rotator cuff. And that's why I couldn't move my hand at all. So they gave me a steroid shot and sent me home and said, this is impossible without surgery. I couldn't understand what calcification meant. So Google became God and encyclopedia, and I studied all over it, wondering what it meant. Calcification has nothing to do with the intake of calcium in your body. I was so surprised. Calcific tendinitis. This is a body's protective measure telling you to understand, stop, check, and restore the harm that you're doing to your body. And I had not done that. They had told me that the calcification is almost 7 years old. For 7 years, I had completely negated the pain to a background while I went on doing my regular household duties and managing my career. I'd not even realized it. And somewhere down the line, in my list of priorities, I'd forgotten one very important thing. Me. I was nowhere on my list of priorities. And that's why this had happened. It was a wake-up call for me. A wake-up call that many of us get in our lives in different ways, and we choose to press the snooze button. I'm glad I did not. I'm really glad I did not press that snooze button. And I went on to do what I had to do next. I was very afraid of surgery, so I decided to go in for holistic self-healing. Because I believed that if this is what I had done to myself, I could self-heal. I could make myself better. When I went to Nanavati Hospital for physiotherapy, I would look around and feel like crying, but then I would look at the other patients and see some of them were accident patients, some of them had paralytic attacks, and they were still managing, doing their exercises and surviving and going on. And you realize that how many things in life you take for granted. A simple thing like health, a simple thing like looking after yourself on an everyday basis, and you take all that for granted. So I became a rebel. I refused to be fed by anyone, helped with anything at all with my duties. Not even clothed. Do you know how hard it is for a woman to wear her bra with one hand? It's tough. So I decided to be ambidextrous. I decided to multiply my kind of physiotherapy exercises that were given to me, and I pushed myself to the limit of self-healing. I studied a lot about nutrition. I studied a lot about food. I studied about everything that we end up negating to the background so that we can do what we are supposed to do rather than what we should do for ourselves. Because unless we are healthy, we are not going to be better at anything that we do or for anyone that we are doing. And I hadn't realized that. So I went on to study more about food, more about health, more about fitness. And then this is what I did. A lot of exercising, a lot of pushing my body. So from the time that I couldn't move my hand, I managed to do this. I truly believe that we can make it happen if we believe in ourselves. Where all the doctors had told me that it wasn't possible at all without surgery, I made it happen for myself. And that's when I got my unleash your eureka moment. So I decided if I could do that to myself, I could help so many other people in the world, so many people around me. But, as they say, free advice is never taken seriously. And unless you have an educational background of guaranteeing the person that is listening to you that knowledge is coming from something worthwhile, it doesn't work. So I did a lot of courses in Stanford, AFPA, to name a few, and got myself that degree and that educational background that I could help people. And of course, using a lot of experimentation on myself, friends and family, using them as guinea pigs, and they all survived and they're doing really well. But yes, I managed to start my program, which is Back to Basics. I went all over India giving interactive talks to the BSF. I went to Kashmir. I went to Leh Ladakh. I went recently to Jaisalmer. I seriously believe that you don't have to give up on anything. Not on the food that you eat, not on other things that you really love, and you can make your life really work for yourself. So as I end my journey from where I started to where I am now, I would like to leave you with a few important points. The 5 Ds to success: desire, dream, determination, dedication, and discipline. That will make you reach where you want to go. And secondly, and the most important thing, is always remember that you are unique and you are the center of your universe. And if you have to succeed, then you have to believe in yourself. You have to work towards achieving what you want to so that you can unleash yourself and inspire people around you. Remember, that smile has I in the center. So you have to be the center of your world. Thank you so much for having me over. Thank you.